All right, and we are live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down, do an afternoon current events and Q&A for you lovely guys and gals. Well, let's get Super Chat go up and going. We'll get this going. I don't know what's going on, though, with the comments. People, please let me know if it's not letting you read these later. When people watch it, I'm checking the box. It's supposed to be visible. I do not know what the issue is. All the comments that people leave are supposed to be in the video later for people who aren't watching it live. I'm not sure why they're not. But let's get everything going. Yeah, we had to miss the coffee chat this morning, had the tornado. Of course, I showed you guys walking around, the power was out. I was horrified that Alexa couldn't play music in the kitchen. I was having to boil water for coffee, no music. Pretty much living like a third world right there. Living like a third world country at that point. Just saying. All right, so hit that like button, get comments going as soon as you get in here. I might need to make a community tab post. Do we need a community tab post? We might want to get people in here. I don't know what the situation is with that. Hold on. Let's do a community tab post. Got to get a few more people in here. They'll see it. Then we'll discuss the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. And then we'll get over into y'all's fitness and current events topics. Of course, you guys see me in the thumbnail, Coach, getting dad bod. Dad bod summer going on outside, throwing a ball around. All right, get that up posted. And we'll see what we have. Stevie Ray Lips, Monica is the one who blew the president. No, absolutely. So Monica Lewinsky was the one who blew President Bill Clinton, Hillary's husband, while he was in office. She did it in the Oval Office. So this was his response on Twitter, I believe, to where she got up and said, you people need to protest the destruction of the White House. It's not his. Right, because he knocked down that whole wing and they're building a ballroom privately funded. That room looks, have you guys seen the plans? That ceiling looks nice. That ceiling looks nice. All right, super nice. So essentially, she wrote that and then he wrote back. Actually, he was thinking about naming it the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. That's what the man said. That is what the man said. He wrote that in reply to Hillary. He was thinking about naming it the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom, keeping in mind this is the woman who blew her husband, Hillary, talking while he was president. It was a scandal. There was a whole scandal when I was younger, right? I mean, it was the most talked about news for a month straight. I mean, all sorts of proceedings, impeachment proceedings, all sorts of stuff involved. It was a little crazy, right? It was a little crazy. So, yeah, he's going to name it the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. So I thought it was hilarious. Like, you can love or hate the man or be anywhere in between. I have mixed feelings on him, of course. But I'm about to sneeze. Sorry, guys. But that is funny. Like, that is funny. People didn't like it. So I mentioned it on my Facebook. So that's not very presidential. I'm like, no one says it is, but it's hilarious. He's like, well, I go get my comedy from reading rooms. And it's like, well, sorry, somebody surgically removed your sense of humor, right? It sounds to me like if a person doesn't find that amusing, they might need to get an optorectomy. That's a surgery where they remove the thing that attaches your rectum from your eyeball so you don't have such shitty outlook on life. Just saying, guys. But hopefully we get a few more people and we'll get the likes coming in. Now we're starting to pick up. Hopefully it's like that lunch chat I did, man. We had supers popping up. The arms are looking jacked. Thank you, man. All these haters on always tell me how small my arms look. They're like, your arms look small. You got deer arms. Have you tried doing some curls? Right? Look and not look. Oh, good, man. Appreciate it, bro. Let's get a rating for how the veins doing today, right? Can we get a vein rating? We don't got enough people in here to do a vein rating yet, but there we are. There we are. All right. So, yeah, you got veins happening. You got forearms going. So, But yeah, I still got a GBP workout in. I slept in a little later. I did not have any normal coffee I had to use. I had some stuff stuffed in the back, some instant coffee. I need to get a French press again. Is it safe to go too close to failure on preacher curls, assuming form is good? Marco, the issue is not the failure. Marco, the issue is not muscle failure. The issue is cheating. Cheat curls will rip your tendon off the bone. Okay, let's be clear. Number one cause of bicep repairs. Which exercise causes the most bicep ruptures that have to be reattached by a surgeon? It's not the deadlift, it's the preacher curl. I've met more guys who've had to have their bicep repaired from a preacher curl than from a deadlift. Right? You know. So, hey Minty, too much to go into why I don't have one. It's just too much to answer. I don't feel like it. But no, I do not currently have one. I did borrow one last time someone had an extra and we had the major power outage. Neither here nor there. But so Marco, it's not the going to failure, it's the cheating. So cheat reps on the preacher curl, even 7 reps away from failure, can still rip your bicep. It's the laying back. It's trying to do reps that you're not strong enough to do, like a weight that's too heavy is what we mean. A weight that is too heavy for you to do with strict full form. It's when people lay back on the preacher curl, right? That laying back, when people try to lean back in it instead of staying draped forward, right? So Minty, you about to see my standard response. There's something you think that I need, right? So I'm going to put it in my Amazon wish list, and you're going to buy it, right? So you don't really think I need it then. So if you think that I need it, you're volunteering to pay for it. You're going to buy it, get it shipped to me, right? I mean, I can add one. I can add a couple of them too there. Yeah, I know Izzy. We've got along pretty well. Izzy tore his bicep on the preacher curl. You know, I just assume if someone suggested and insisted I need something that they're willing to buy it for me. Like, why else would they bring it up otherwise? Right, that's fair. But you just made this account today, Minty, and you know that I always do that, so you knew that was going to happen. All right. Yeah, no, Izzy absolutely did. No, you're not. You in here trolling, Minty. That's what you're doing. But I digress. Back over to the topics. I'm out of water. I'm going to be right back, guys. Hold on. I'm going to get some more water. Hit that like button. Do you have any news of Birkin? No. Sure, Minty. Send a $10 super chat, and I will tell you why I don't have a generator. Hello, buddies. This is a general fitness group or bodybuilding. This is general fitness, strength, other stuff. Okay, there we go. Appreciate it, Minty. So the number one reason to not have a generator, I don't really have a good place to put it due to the layout of my place, because then it's taking up space in my garage with my training stuff, and I don't want gas-powered stuff in there. Gas fumes, gas residue. So my other option is leave it outside where it's going to be potentially ruined in the rain, or I have an enclosed back patio. It's hard to get it in and out. It's just a lot of hassle with the size of the generators. This was something I thought about. I look at, I'm like, it's not feasible with this current setup at this place till I move later. Like it's not really a feasible, practical thing for me. And the time that I did need one, I was able to borrow one, and I know other people if I need to, worst case. And then at the moment, difficulty of even going and getting gas or whatever, as my current vehicle has been completely destroyed and I'm without a vehicle for a while. So on top of that, even if I had a generator sitting around, if I don't have spare gas, I don't even have a quick way to go get gas. It's like there's a lot to it. It's just not practical with this layout. Like that's why even when I borrowed one, I returned it immediately. They were like, you can keep it longer. I'm like, I don't really have a good place that's appropriate or safe to store it. So I even returned the one I borrowed when I was told I could keep it a couple months if I needed to. I returned it immediately. So I borrowed one for a few days near the end of that big last power out. I knew someone who had an extra. So it became problematic. I don't compete in bodybuilding at all. Okay, well, I might look into it, Minty. But the main thing is it needs to be small enough to easily get in and out of like screen type doors. No, I don't compete in bodybuilding, Hopo. A lot of bodybuilders do enjoy my content per se, but I'm not a body, and I definitely don't like modern bodybuilding. You probably won't like what I have to say. Yeah. No. Long term, if business picks up enough, build a good enough house, just get one of those built-in generators. That's really, I got one of my neighbors has one of those down the street. That's really the way to go. He has one of the whole built-in systems. It's like already all wired into all of his stuff. Now he's put a pretty penny into that. But that really is the way to go. So. Right. Hey, Hopo, basically, I call modern bodybuilding a death cult. I mean, these guys are dropping like flies. Just the nature of the game, right? I don't know who Scotty is. Yeah, but I've seen some of that 60, even up to 10,000 range are pretty nice. So the person who I borrowed the one from last time, they had actually installed a built-in system too. So they're like, I already have a built-in, and they had that one, still sitting around. Hey, Hoopo, you got to be kidding me, man. Modern bodybuilders are not healthy. Not at all. They are literally dropping like flies. Morning, Coach. What's up, Dad? We're up and running again. We had about 5 hours and no electricity. So how you doing, Dad and the boys? So we didn't have a coffee chat. I didn't even get normal coffee. I had to do instant coffee. Instant coffee just so I could get some caffeine in. So I just left my coffee still in the pot unmade. It'd be ready to go tomorrow. Is it better to do plyo measures at the end of the workout or the beginning? I generally going to lead towards afterwards. They can interfere with your heavier sets. I didn't see how close it got. It didn't actually come through my neighborhood. It was just in the area. But we lost power in the whole region. Some trees and stuff are down or blown around. A couple trees look like they're down. I think one person had some fence damage. Some Halloween decorations got pretty tore up. But overall, not terrible. Sam Sulek is absolutely not healthy, Hopo. I've done videos on that. I was saying a year ago, let's put him on the eventual death watch. He doesn't have the genetics to bodybuild the way that he's doing. He look at the health side effects he was having a year ago. You saw signs of cardiac inflammation, inability to breathe. No, Blade, that's not true, and I'm about to ban you for that nonsense. It's absolutely not true at all, by any definition. So, about time for you to go. Unless you take back that silly nonsense, I'm about to ban you. Like, that's ridiculous. Oh. Okay, all good. To have committed stolen valor, you have to have claimed to have been in the military. Now, we had a whole conspiracy, silly thing I did over a decade ago that I removed, and I issued a big formal apology. I made a 15-minute long apology video. But yeah, dude, at this point, this is 2025. This has been more than a decade ago, guys. Come on. Right? It was some of my silly trolling coming off the end of the Alex Jones era. And it was dumb. It was silly. And I issued a 15-minute long apology and explanation video. I took it all down almost 11 years ago. It was just up for a short time. You guys got to move on. And no, I never said I was in the military. No, stolen valor means military. Yeah, I said I was a mercenary and a hitman, and I apologized for that, for the silly nonsense and trolling. Now, I wish people would have treated everyone on the Alex Jones channel the same way, though. All those silly people claiming the same sort of stuff and all those circles. People were not understanding the era back then that we came out of. Like, conspiratainment was a big deal back in the day. So, it was a big deal. But yeah, I mean, keep in mind, this has been a long, long, long time. I mean, if it was just 4 or 5 years ago, I could understand people bringing it up. But there's a certain point where it's like, you guys got to move on. Are so many people obsessed with you? I don't know, man. It is weird because people are weird. The internet is weird, Hopo. The internet itself is weird, man. 10 years. I mean, I did more controversial stuff, guys. So my YouTube made way more money back in the day because I did more controversial stuff and more current events. These days I stick to most of the other. So no, I mean, it's not a question of I get amazing money per view. That's always shocked me when I talk to other people. They get almost nothing per view. My channel has always made really good money per 1,000 views. Right. But it's because I don't get 10,000 views a video anymore. It doesn't make huge money. So, I mean, I don't like my YouTube used to make on average 50, 55,000 a year in ad revenue. Like that's what they paid me after their cut. But my coaching's my main business. I have all my other stuff is monetized. Technically, my Facebook makes more per year than my YouTube does at this point. So I don't have any thoughts on the mass Muslim migration in Europe. I don't have enough details to fully understand the complexity of the topic. How did you find your time in the UK? That's too difficult to answer, Lewis. I mean, people ask a lot of questions, but they're not getting what they're looking for. Meaning, the UK has a lot of problems even back then. There are things that I did not like. And I would never live there again. So I was there for the 3 years I was there. Like the US in general is objectively better. Texas is objectively better where I'm back home at. I'm not saying the UK doesn't have some perks, but all things considered. Was everyone in Europe more fit? No, not really. Keep in mind where I live in Texas, it's not a good comparison because there's so many sports and athletes here. Meaning, Texans as a whole are obese, like as a demographic. But Texas also supplies tons of the most elite athletes. So many NFL players, even special forces guys, military people, power lifters, all strength sports. We're almost a mecca for that sort of stuff. It's definitely football, American football. So there's a lot of athletics and stuff here, right? But in terms of on average, yeah, there's a lot of obesity. But look at the food. We have such good food. We have all of our barbecue. We have all of the Tex-Mex, right? And those are big factors in a lot of that, right? We go hard in the food. Yeah, a lot of elite football players. Okay, cool. Is the economy better? Yeah, way better. Cost of living is lower. Taxes are way lower. Economy is dramatically better. You wouldn't consider our barbecue good food? Bro, are you going to diss Texas barbecue? You going to come to my channel and diss Texas barbecue? You're cruising for a bruising, son. You're entering a world of pain. Okay, there we go. Not healthy. But don't say that it's not good. It's delicious. Jason, what's the most reps you've hit with 315 on camera? On what exercise? Bench, 8 reps. I was at a heavier body weight. That's why right now I'm doing 4 and stuff with it, because I was at a heavier body weight when I did that. I'm down to 209, 210. I was like 226, 227 when I did the 8 reps a couple years back. I was also doing 5s with 335 at the time. Yeah. But it's on here. You can do a channel search. What are you talking about entry level? I run a coaching business. I don't know anything about, I don't understand the comment. I don't need to mention any specific countries. I don't think we should be doing foreign aid at all. Oh, what are you talking about? So do they need strength coaches? Or are they needing to coach people? What are you talking about? Would you ever go back to conjugate? I invariably go back to conjugate all the time. Okay, Hopo. So why are you bringing this up here to me? I am a 48-year-old strength and conditioning coach and fitness content creator. So again, yeah, we're about to get you out of here. So you're implying that I should pursue some other career besides my successful coaching venture? You're out of here. Kapow! Get out of here. Next. There you go. Dad called it right. I always say I'm not going back to conjugate, and I always do. No, Minty, you're not saying that. You're saying that being a troll. You're saying that being a troll. Being ridiculous. So, James, I always say I have no plans to do conjugate again, and then I invariably do conjugate again at some point numerous times. Right? I still coach conjugate. I have some clients who are on conjugate. Minty's dropping super, so I don't ban him. That's a good strategy, bro. You be saying silly stuff like that. You pay to play. You pay to play. Why would I do other work? I'm doing something I enjoy, and it's made more money than anything else I've ever done in my life. So that doesn't even make sense. So if you have something that you really enjoy doing and you're passionate about, and you make more money than anything else you've ever done in your life, why would you be talking about finding something else? I'm not going to discuss exact numbers on cap because I haven't really decided. Right? but it doesn't mean other things are going to be better, and it will eventually shift back around. It's all based on the economy anyways. So yeah, I have less clients, but I also was making amazing money at that point, but keep in mind, dude, I mean, I don't think people understand what jobs pay out there, normal 9 to 5s. I would make less money still. A bad year coaching still makes more money than what most people's normal middle class jobs pay. Hey Sean, so that I was hoping it wouldn't get banned, and then it got unmonetized. So I'm not going to discuss my client numbers. Forums, so. But I did a lot of that, Sean, because they were changing a lot of the rules and stuff. I was hoping to keep it from losing its monetization status because of the topic, and I didn't want to risk strikes that would apply over to my full name and stuff. Are you asking, is YouTube less profitable for me, or are you asking, is it less profitable? How are you defining less profitable? Since I get less views, obviously. Right? But in terms of the money per view, no, that's never gone down. I get it's only relative, I guess, to outreach. The farm channel is definitely incredible. Because you can't share your knowledge in that capacity on here, and it's hard to do anywhere online. And I don't really feel like I need a whole outlet for that, anyways. At this point. Essentially, for that to change, you're going to need to see the same changes that are happening in the U.S. in terms of that, and then social media quit catering to anyone outside of the U.S. in terms of those rules. So the U.S. in my lifetime has become increasingly far more free in terms of firearm and Second Amendment. Everyone is a fitness. It's both. Yeah. Well, I don't know what the current climate is for people breaking in, but why does that matter? Sean, is completely irrelevant because I got in when it was good. I was an early adopter to the platform. Like with anything else, that's like telling the people who got in early on whatever Bitcoin, well, they couldn't pull this off today. It's irrelevant, though. Yeah. It's kind of irrelevant. They had the foresight to get in. And I knew it was probably going to be a big thing. Shortly after I got into it, I realized what was happening with it. So it was definitely coming up. It was growing. Got that rain going out there. Are you still doing dead hangs for shoulder rehab? I thought those videos you did them were helpful for restoring. I stopped doing them because they don't seem to ever help. I'm hoping just the other stuff, just normal dynamic movements will do what I need at this point. Right. Show my strong arm. What do you mean show my strong arm? What are you asking me? Maybe drop a super chat, Lucas. Lowblinder told Cassidy not to start YouTube because it was too hard to break in. Now Cassidy's more famous than Mark, and Mark is losing a lot. Yeah. Prank channels are silly. I've never cared for prank channels. Let's see. No, you don't. So Minty, I'm going to have to get rid of you on the other, but I'm not going to block that one. You know why? Because it gives the money back. So that's a cute strategy. But we can get rid of it. What's your bench at right now? Best single I've hit this year was 350 for a 2-second pause. I do just reps with 315 right now. Jason, for donation, will you explain? No, because I don't remember it. Is that a fair answer? I know the reference, but I don't actually remember making the video. I'm fully aware of the reference. I don't really remember what I was thinking when I made it or what all I did in it, other than the FU Simon. It's been too long. So I wouldn't be able to give you, as much as I would say, hey, sure, I'd like a donation. I literally don't remember making it. What do you mean? So Sean, why do you obsess over these really, 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 really old videos? Yeah. What do you mean how could I forget? Dude, I don't remember the video. So that's all there is to it. See, you guys make a bigger deal out of these videos than I do. I literally don't even remember making it. I'm aware that I made it, yes. I'm just saying I don't remember doing it. I sure as hell don't remember what I was thinking. And that's not a cop-out. I literally just don't remember. Does stop drinking alcohol help your gains? Absolutely. It will help your health. It will improve your gains. It will improve every aspect of your life. You know? So there you go. That actually was a detailed explanation. That was a detailed explanation. Now you could choose whether you want to give a secret for that or not. But James, yes, absolutely. Stopping drinking alcohol will absolutely help your gains, and it will help every aspect of your life. You'll live longer. You'll be happier. Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing: if you need alcohol in any way to enhance your social life, there's already big problems. Well, no, I get that, Sean, but I feel like you do obsess over really old videos instead of let's talk about what we're currently doing. You obsess over a lot of stuff that's 10 years old or older that I barely remember. Like you live way too far in the past on Skillet. Like, let me be clear. Like you and people who watch those things think about my old videos way, way, way more than I do. You know? Yeah. So, all right. Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff that. Let's see. Hmm. Right. And I don't even remember what it was he was talking about, but yeah, he pulled a bunch of stuff. He was like pissed at me about whatever and then brought other things into it. In the old video 15 years ago, more into shoulder press and front squat. Right. People do that, James. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember. Like, this is my business, my career. This is all tied to it. It's kind of like asking someone, hey, 12 years ago, it's your job, you know? Like, man. So we were checking these files in this data entry you did. No, I don't even go in my backyard. I don't want to film in the backyard. So if you want to know about my life, which I don't like putting my life up here, my backyard would be completely useless to you. I literally don't go back there. You can never shut haters up. Also, your home looked nice. Quite, Jason looked like plenty of space. That definitely shuts the haters up. Also looks super clean. Well done. All right. I love Dire Straits. Sultans of Swing is possibly my favorite song of all time. I mean, keeping a house clean is easy when you're not cluttered and you pretty much have a minimalist setup. It's not hard to keep stuff clean, to be fair. I don't know what my proudest lift is. I don't know. Maybe my 635 deadlift. I don't think I have a lot of team fans at all, honestly, Sean. I was able to play certain parts of it. Eventually, I want to work on the whole thing. I learned certain parts of it a couple years back. I haven't messed with it since. Eventually, though, I do want to work on Sultans of Swing more. There's multiple solos in it. Yeah, but it's all that finger picking. I'm decent at finger picking though. Some of the most handsome lifters out there said they followed. That's true. David Lade, other guys, yeah, who are known for that stuff. Um, I've learned certain little parts of it, but yeah, uh, it's a legitimately good song. And Mark Faulkner is a phenomenal guitarist with a unique style, right? I mean, dude gets up and just plays a strat with minimal effects, very clean with finger picking, and he finger picks stuff. You know, it's just very unique. And it's mainly the fact that it's all so clean. It's not like he's even running a lot of effects or distortion. Um, no, I'm definitely more electric. I like that. I hate Oasis. I don't want to get into the backstory. There's a personal backstory that made Wonderwall a song that I cringe. I don't even want to hear it. I can't hear Wonderwall without cringing. Hello, Anastasia. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I dabble in the acoustic sometimes. I don't have one at the moment. I've picked up some of them and played them. No, I will never learn Wonderwall. We don't play Wonderwall. We don't listen to Wonderwall. My real life circle of bros know exactly why. No, it didn't involve a woman at all. That's the worst part is no, it didn't involve any lover or ex-girlfriend. It involved a really, really, really fat man. That's the best way to put it. Playing Wonderwall. No, I always cash my Bitcoin out. How many pull-ups do you do? I don't know. I usually do them weighted. I mean, last time I did them lighter. I'm doing chins at the moment. A couple weeks back, I was doing just normal weight. It was just a 10 pound. I was doing sets of 14. I don't ever do them with just body weight. I always like to add some weight. Humans are not herbivores. No, I think who knows what their logic is. They're crazy. Dennis, what is the story? There's a lot of Wonderwall. Coach, any closer to the full lockout on press? I don't know, man. I'm doing the dumbbells though. I'm doing the kettlebell. We'll see how we get eventually. I'm just going to keep working those lighter movements and keep working this stuff. I don't even have a good setup to try and muscle up with my rack, so I have no idea. But I mean, I do weighted dips for high reps. I can do weighted pull-ups for high reps. I have not bothered to learn a muscle up. I don't really have a need to. I think they can be a good goal for certain people to aim for, though. Like I don't hate on it. I think being able to I think people who can do muscle ups, I think it's pretty reasonably impressive. Yeah. I don't think that I would, Joe. I've had multiple physical therapists give me advice, and none of it's helpful. I'm not super impressed with physical therapists, to be fair. I wouldn't at all because I don't train calisthenics separately. I do weighted body weight movements. I'm a strength athlete. I don't even know how we define those categories for calisthenics. They're just supplemental lifts. Like I don't consider it to be a particularly special category. I think body weight exercises are great supplemental lifts to our main training, especially weighted ones. Um, I'm a big advocate for things like weighted dips and weighted pull-ups, for example. I'm a massive advocate, but I don't even know how we would rate that. I would never pursue it as its own thing by itself. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm not a bodybuilder, so yeah, and It's not really, no, calisthenics itself is not a sport. There's different minor sports heavily involving them, like street lifting and stuff, but it's not actually its own sport. And by the way, I'm not a bodybuilder. I'm a strength athlete, right? I'm a strength athlete. I'm a power lifter, but I'm more of a hybrid type athlete because I'm into running and sled work and other stuff. So, you know, I just don't see the benefit of taking other tools off the table. I truly believe all supplement shakes are glorified fart powders. Not necessarily. I think protein shakes have their place. Now, can they be a bit overrated? Like when people think they're necessary, they're just simply not. They're just a good source of protein, particularly for people who want a protein overfeed with convenience. I think they're very useful for that role. You know, my take on it. I do them sometimes. I didn't have one today though. It's chicken brown rice, peppers, sweet potato. I'm gonna do some cantaloupe here in a bit. Bust out a cantaloupe after this. I'm not really a fan of any MMA guy. I'm very familiar with who he is. I just don't follow MMA and stuff enough to really be a fan of anybody. I've never considered going into New York at all for any reason at all. I have zero desire to travel to New York. I prefer not to go to any places where I can't carry a piece. Can I strap on a Glocker in 1911 as a Texan when I'm traveling up there? If the answer is no, then I'm not interested in going. No, I don't. I don't know if we do. We might, but not to my knowledge. We probably do. Hey, Sean, I have no interest in renewing my passport. I was going to say, did you just hear my last question? I don't know. Can I strap on a 1911 and wear it there? Hey, Slim, you don't bring fists to a gunfight, son. That's going to be a problem. Have you watched Kill of the Hill? I've never even heard of it. Jason, who would win a fight between Michael Hearn and Cassie Campbell? Don't really know. I don't care. Most people do carry guns. Everyone I know carries a gun. So, who are you hanging out with, man? Really, every one of my friends carries a piece. Every one of my bros carries a piece, man. Well, that's because you live in a communist, weird place that doesn't believe in freedom. You know, so self-defense, defense of your community, because it's your right. That's on top of that. All right. Hey, Slim, you just missed the point. Plus, the same thing. Your fist. What if someone pulls a knife on you? Then you're gonna wish you were carrying a piece. See how silly this gets. Everyone's gonna be armed somewhere. Yeah, exactly, Lewis. Um, no, Sean. I said they anywhere that doesn't let me carry a piece, I'm probably not interested in going. And two, I don't plan on renewing my passport. So that pretty well sums that up. Just the way it is, bro. Right. Jason, you always carry the same piece? No, it changes. My normal is a Glock 19 Gen 4, but I do have others I carry. Sometimes like 45, like Glock 21, but I usually do the 19. Jason, what if you live your entire life never needing to use your gun? Hey, that would be great. I mean, in an ideal scenario, we would never have to use our gun. Hey, Anastasia, we prefer not to discuss this at all. Let's not discuss the ethnicities of women at all in my comments. Is that fair? But the answer is yes, I have definitely been out and about. But I don't want to answer the specifics and say it out loud because again, that's not good. People don't. It's not a good thing, man, for me to get up and discuss, the race of different women. As a bald-headed white dude, that could just be perceived all sorts of wrong. But the funniest one of those was, wow, you have really nice calves. It was kind of funny. I was walking by. Hey, Coach, just dropped my like. Today is recovery day for me, so 1 hour into a jog and walk. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it, Tyrone. I'm going to hand out lift and chalk on Halloween. You talking about the chalkness monster? Joe, you think I'm kidding, right? Hold on. Let me see. Is it in this closet? I hope it is. I hope it's easy to find. Please tell me I put it up here. We got the chalkness monster. Have you ever done YouTube Live? I don't even know what a standing desk is. All right. Wait, is that actually a thing? Yes, that was actually a thing. Do you do any push-ups or sit-ups? No, I do weighted dips. Why do we need push-ups, man? I do weighted dips. I slap a 45-pound plate and I rep it out on dip bars after benching. What are you talking? Push-ups? What? I like hanging leg raises. I like toe to bars. With just a grip, like, just hanging from a bar. Like reach up and hang on the pull-up bar and do toe to bars. I have gym merch. Well, I don't have merch. I have t-shirts. Yeah, they're a weaker, easier exercise, dude. Just stop. Are we kidding here, man? This is a strength channel. You're trying to. All right. Do you know what my high rep bench? So, all right, guys, everyone who watches me do high rep benching, this guy's literally talking about 20 rep push-ups. Everyone who's familiar with my training vlogs. So since bench pressing body weight is actually considerably harder than a push-up, how about maybe I just get my body weight on a bar and do 20 plus pause reps with it, like a warm-up. Yeah, Tyrone watches my training vlogs. Dude's over here talking about 20 push-ups. What is that, like half your body weight? No, bench is not easy. It's like 110 pounds. Like, oh my God. Bro, I'm not over here trying to do cardio. I'm not trying to do 100 reps. Is there any physical competition you can beat Michael Hearn at? How about squat or deadlift? I can do 100 push-ups. What's the gym? He's going about 20. Look, I like weighted dips for high reps. I would be willing to bet that yes, I can out squat and deadlift O'Hearn these days. And that's not hating on O'Hearn. O'Hearn's got really impressive results. To be at his age doing what he's doing is right. Are you guys putting up for a vote? I mean, for Mike to be doing what he's doing is just phenomenal. Nothing short of phenomenal. Ahern is still an incline movement guy. You could do some squats. Squats easy. Dude, the dude would incline bench me into the ground. He would make me look like a child on the incline bench, straight up. I'm pretty sure I could out squat and deadlifting. I don't know, Connor, you putting him up for a vote? He's got a channel membership. He can initiate a vote if he wants. He can initiate a Kapow vote. Connor votes for a Kapow. Connor voted. Okay, Slim, you're up for the vote. Connor voted a Kapow. Tyrone gave a Kapow. Anastasia gave a Kapow. Anybody voting to stay? Tyrone's given a Kapow. There's no way we're coming up with 5 stays to top this. Sorry, Slim. You have been found guilty by a jury of your peers. I now pass judgment. Got to get a little bit of shake and bake. Kapow! And you out of here, baby. Get on out of here with your weak push-up ass. Weak push-up. New York City, no gun carrying. I throw hands. I don't need a gun. I can throw my hands. Like, bro, somebody gonna dump a whole mag in your chest. Are you trying to throw hands? What are you doing? Just stop. Is walking around the arboretum good for recovery? It's very relaxing. Possibly. I mean, if it's relaxing to you, Anastasia, then it's probably good for recovery. We're all waiting on the doc. We know who comment, but we just gonna chill there. Right? We just gonna chill. Sean, I can't guarantee you that you'll have Michael Hearn to your abdominals. A lot of that's going to be about diet. You have to diet down. What's going on, Lars? How you doing, man? All right. Anastasia says, what? I said, what? In the what? No, that's South Park. That's South Park in my head. All right. No, Sean, I can't guarantee you that. I can help get you along your way. Jason, would you do American Ninja Warrior? Probably not. Man, I don't have the balance given my Meniere's disease. I don't think for that. Right. Do they have the old guy edition? Like, do you get to compete against other dudes who are over 40? Do they have a master's division? I'm just saying. I don't know, man. I don't think I could beat some of those guys you see coming through that. Right. Some of those dudes are beasts, man. I don't think I'd place that well. I don't think that I would at all. guys think. Hit that like button, guys. Let's get those likes up a little higher. They're not ticked up in a bit. We need to get those up just a little bit. This chat slowed down a little bit. It was picking up, and now it's kind of chill. Some of the regulars are rolling in. Let's get some other conversations going. We already played out the main topic with the Monica Lewinsky Ballroom. See how that goes later. So, question: I got a bunch of people in here. Is it not showing people's stuff? Like all of these comments on the side, I have the box checked for them to remain, right? And yet, when I go to look at my own videos later, these lives, I can't see anybody's comments. Are they invisible for everyone else? I've never got a single person to answer that so far. I've been asking. Hey, Joe, they don't have the option anymore. There is no option. I went to look at it, and whatever they've done with the software update, the only way to unblock a person is manually if you know their channel URL. Without their full channel URL, to either go to their channel manually and unclick it from their channel, or to put them in, there is literally no way. Nathaniel Pope got a membership. Hey, Connor, you know he's a former client? That live streamer in here, Nathaniel, he's a former client, actually. Anastasia, you don't. Why do you have a room? Kick them out. But good stuff. Appreciate it. Connor's been buying these things. Yeah, so that's just, it's interesting. It literally picked, like it gave Luke, who's a big supporter. Luke follows on all my social media. He follows me on my running app. He got one last time you gave one. The former client just got one. I don't think it, but how would it know that guy's a former client? I can't help you, Anastasia. Sorry. Sounds like a problem you're going to have to figure out how you're going to resolve. The Interrose knows a lot. You'd be surprised. Hello, group chat. How you doing, Darrell? Maybe your roommate needs it. Yeah, maybe your roommate needs a therapist. Maybe they need to go to rehab. They need to go to rehab. Oh, no. Is that Amy Winehouse song? Is that who sang that? Must be the algorithm of 2 deserving people got the membership. Maybe so. It knows something. Yeah, that's Amy Winehouse. I thought it was. But I think she was saying she wasn't going to rehab. Max says, welcome to Orc Warrior. Max, did you just purchase the Orc Warrior, bro? Welcome back. Everybody's jumping on them memberships, man. I think because I'm doing the lives, I think here's what it is. I've noticed that whenever I'm doing lives, my memberships go up. And I think, you know what it is you guys like having a star next to your name. Right? I think people like having this. They like having the star next to their name in these long streams. That's got to be what it is. Is that what it is, guys? I was just like, you know what, man? I like having the charitable membership. No, I've never been on the deep web rolling. You know what, Anastasia? I think that you was being a troll. That's what I think. Extra kapow vote, right? We definitely help the tiebreakers too. Thoughts on unrealistic military strength standards? I don't think they're unrealistic at all. Have a good night, Peppermint. Take care, man. He's over in the UK, so it's late. Anastasia, you are a straight up troll. Let's put her up to the vote. Let's vote. Anybody want to vote? because this is a new account. Anastasia is a new account. They're going to try to get one last poke in. I'll stay for this kapow. We ready? Let's get a vote going. Joe gives steak. Peppermint kapow. Max gives a kapow. I'll let you vote for me, Jason. Okay. No, special forces standards are not unrealistic. Connor gives a kapow. We got multiple channel members here, kapow, and only one stay. And I've been given the option to vote too. I think it's time, Anastasia. I think it's time for you to go. Booyakasha! You'll check this. It is none other than your man, Ali G. Right? As Ali G used to say. You haven't done a Booyakasha yet today. There we go. They're not unrealistic at all. Especially special forces stuff. Yeah, they're not unrealistic at all. Not for what they do. All right. What's crazy, do you guys know any special forces guys? I've had special forces family. I've hung out in a room with them because of his, and I know some of them because of this close family member. What shocks me is how hard they party. My God, do these guys party, and yet they still pass all these standards and do this stuff. That's what's crazy. Dangerous, solid 9 today, Coach. Appreciate it, man. We got them veins on point. Jason, thoughts on the death penalty for any non-disabled 20, 30-year-old man who can't squat 350? Well, Joe, I think that's a little extreme, man. All right. Some special forces, no, they still, because of what they have to do with their stuff, they still need to have those high physical standards, and they need high combat standards. No. For even the ones who are translators and other skill sets, they still need those abilities. With my street numbers, I'm technically not disabled anymore. I have no disabled status. Like my medical condition is in remission, though. Enough so that I have no disability status at all. I'm not classified as disabled in any way at this point. Yeah, I do know a few special forces, and they do party like no one else. Yeah. All right. How you doing, Nathan? Nathan's in the house, coming back. Yeah, but no, Lars, they still need them. At least U.S. Special Forces guys. They absolutely do. No, they need those skills. And like I said, my God, do they party. Good Lord, do they party. Coach has the strength of 6 regular guys, so it's safe to say he would pass all the tests. Nate in the chat. Oh, there he is. Do you jump rope at all? No, I don't jump rope at all. Yeah. We almost need some guitaring. We almost need to bust out the guitar. Well, because I don't have any sense of balance. And just because I don't have a sense of balance doesn't mean I'm disabled. I have no disability status anymore. Like, I'm not considered medically to be disabled in any way. So we have a branch of special forces here called Hunters, and it's extremely hard to get in past the physical feats. Only half will get through each year. Okay. Mess it up. I can't even do it today. Why can't I not play a song that I know today? Can you play the Halloween theme? I'm trying to do that. Right? Your doctor. Daryl, no, I didn't. Oh, get out of here, Daryl. I'll get section 8 at all. I can't even remember. I'm messing that song all up. Will you GPP in costume for Halloween? Yeah, normally I do well on here. I can't even play that song today. All right. How to get them guitars. Apparently, I traded food stamps for them. Right. So that's what they're saying, I guess. So I got, please note the headstock. This is an American Professional too. All right. So anyone knows the price tag on this? Right. Yeah, a lot of people. I get a lot of compliments on my plan. You know? Let's see what we got going on here. All right, food stamp guitars is a good deal. I'm telling you, man. Jason, what's the most outlandish thing your trolls have made up? I don't even know. The wheelchair, the Kleinfelters. How about being a convicted pedophile? Those are pretty far up the list. I mean, the list is pretty long, Joe. I mean, where do we even start? Like, where do we narrow down the most outlandish? Where do we even start? Like, what's the most outlandish? No squatting and benching. What? What do you mean no squatting and benching? Troll videos are weird. The fact that they're so substitute is weird. It's a bit fruity. It's more than a bit fruity. Yeah, exactly. 405 on the bench, man. That's gonna take. I don't know that I'm gonna see a 405 on the bench. We'll see. I'm gonna keep working on my bench and other supplemental lifts. See what we get. I'm not gonna bank on that closing in on 50 though. Oh, Laura said, really? Most of mine do even deadlift. Right? Yep. In fact, that was a pissing match when I was in a room full of these guys. It's like I turned out I had the best deadlift by 10 pounds. And I pulled it up on my Facebook. We're like, you have no way, dude. And I pulled it up on the Facebook to 635. The next strongest one of those guys where we were just chilling. My cousin was a 625. Yep. They're strong. Special forces guys are strong. I mean, have you guys not seen the Army's Ranger Fitness Handbook? They do conjugate. They have breakdowns for how much chain weight and stuff to use for speed work. They run a bunch of conjugate stuff. It's in their fitness handbook. All right. So, yeah. They work hard, play hard, right? All right. Well, it's been a decent little chat too. We got some supers, got a couple new channel memberships. I don't know if those channel memberships are new. Are those temporary? I have no idea how they work, or if it just rebuilds until the person cancels them. I have no idea. Connor be handing them out though. I have no idea. I totally ruined that Eric Clapton just now. Good evening, Coach. Your talks go back in the UK to Dark Winners of Bonus. Yes, my dad was. Um, there we go. Nathaniel Pope in the house with his membership. Nathaniel, one of the guys bought Random and it gave you a gifted membership. I don't know that I was making better with all the back off. No, I mean, I think I needed the dips, honestly. That's why I added them back in. Yeah, it gave me notification. There you go. Music, I'd rather not go into all that with my dad. Keep in mind, my dad has never talked to me about it. So, but he was a hard ass. Yeah. Yeah, we're getting into again, back to my personal life. We want to keep more of that out of here. I think that would be a good idea. Yeah. But there was definitely growing up as a kid, the pan and the spoon waking you up in the morning. Right. Off your ass and on your feet, add the shade in the heat. Doom, 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 doom. Off your ass and on your feet, add the shade in the heat. Like, thanks, Dad. That's how I like waking up as a kid. If Louis Simmons was alive and offered to coach you, no, because I'd have to go stay at Westside. And as much as I would appreciate the offer, because of the nature of that, I'm not moving up to live at Westside. Right. Yes, music, and my dad slapped me. I got slapped in the mouth for thinking about joining the military. So that settled that. I was like 16. I got hit in the mouth. Yeah. So, I was hit in the mouth and told, don't you ever say something so stupid again. Like, you're my only son and you have my family name. You're not going in. Done. And he hit me in the mouth. All right. Well, hey, David, I don't think he had a particularly great experience in Vietnam. You know. Yeah, I think a lot of guys develop different personalities to deal with the trauma of war zones, right? Yeah, it's true. That is true. Came up in a conversation with some other family members that got brought up later, and that's what one of them even said, like, "Well, Nam was pretty rough. He went in at a really bad time. This family member was a veteran." And they said, I can see him having that perspective. Right. So yeah. So yeah. So no, he was definitely not cool with that. Oh yeah. I think I'm gonna wind this down here soon. I'm gonna stay a few more minutes. So I know someone whose dad was in the military and had to Antarctica, and apparently he had to undergo extremely extensive psychological testing because of what he was going to see. In Antarctica? It's a little stupid. The benefits are not worth it, but no, but I never was in. Just finished my workout. Just found y'all. Welcome aboard, Price. Old martial arts instructor was a military, and he hit me a lot. Maybe it's still there, right? Yeah, everyone's good, man. Just minor cosmetic damage out there, some trees and stuff. Nothing major that I've heard of. You guys saw in the all the trees and branches on the ground, though, just all over the street during the GPP today. Yeah. The main thing is that Alexa wasn't working. You guys could tell how upset I was by that. Well, real. Man. That's like Jason Unfiltered out there. I'm like that in person. I don't do stretching, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. I don't stretch. It's all right. Now, apparently it's Section 8, according to haters on the internet. So apparently your tax dollars are paying for it. And I guess since everyone's losing their benefits at the end of this month, that's what I'm hearing. Let's see. They're not going to buy me any more guitars. I was hoping for an SG next time. What do you think, Nathan? Next time they need to use food stamps to get myself a good SG. All right. Under God, then went to war to pay child support. What? I have an SG64. Nathan, hey man, play it. Get up there and play it. Put it up on your channel, bro. Let's see this SG. Hey, that's a nice price. All right, though, for real, guys, I think it's about time to wind this one down. I need to eat a little more food for the evening. Do you ever go to downtown Houston? I used to live right by downtown. For 5 years, I was in the Upper Kirby area in a condo while running this channel. So I had a condo in Upper Kirby. All right, guys, we're going to wind this down, though. But I don't live in Houston. No, I don't hang out in the Fifth Ward, dude. I live in Spring. I like northern Houston, so I'm out in the burbs. You guys are out by Cepheus before we go, though. Oh, Mount by Cepheus. And we're out. Take care, y'all.